Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns, so liquid air on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on? What's going on? Has everybody calmed down? Did you bring it down a couple notches? I probably yelled louder today than I did maybe during the Super Bowl. Man, we got that victory. We had to have it. Great game. Defense stepped up. You talking about a 180-degree turn. They did a complete turnaround, and that defensive line played quite well. Whatever Vic Fangio said during the week, it worked. It worked. Now, the problem, as I see it, is Nick Sirianni's got to do a better job. If he wants to be a CEO coach, then be a CEO coach. But damn it, you got to make some better choices. You got to take the point sometimes. We should have won this game. This game should have been like 20 to 7 or something, or whatever it was. What was that? 12 to 15? What was the final score? Yeah, 15 to 12. The game should have been like 20. It should have been 13 to 3 at halftime. Yes, right off the bat. Take the damn points, man. You won't kick a 30-yarder, but you'll kick a 60-yarder. It didn't. And let me be honest with you. I wasn't even mad with the 60-yarder because I know Elliott's got the leg to make it. If that's in the right spot, we make that kick. But some of the decisions that Sirianni is making is he is defying logic because they are not complicated decisions. Me and Tone talked about that this morning. You got to keep the game simple. Whatever's worked, you keep rolling with it. Finally, they did that in the third, at the end of the third and the fourth quarter. I know it's cliche because we like SAQUON Barkley and we want to keep rolling and rolling and rolling, but give him the ball. Why hasn't he only got 5 carries like through most of the first half? That's ridiculous. And then when you get the opportunities, now I will say this: Jalen Hurts' first interception, in my opinion, that's on Smitty. Not a good route by Smitty. Kind of got knocked off balance. You're supposed to make that hard cut, and you have to go in front of the defender. He knows that. And I can tell you right now, the way they run that in practice, Smitty gets right down on the goal line. It's either on the goal line, the first down line, whatever, but you got to make your cut, plant your foot in the dirt, and come back flat. That's just one of those things that you're supposed to do. Footwork matters. How you run a route matters. And he got rounded off at the end of that route, and Jalen threw it to where he was supposed to be, and he wasn't there. Honey Badger stepped right up, right in front of him, and took that ball. That was on Smitty, in my opinion. I'll have a chance to go back and look at that tape a little bit later, but that's what I saw from that. The fumble, that's on him. We talked last week about Jalen staying in the pocket just a little bit longer. This is the bad part of that. Because if you stay in the pocket, you give your receivers a chance to get open. You also give the pressure a chance to catch you. That's the plus and minus of it. You got to take the good with the bad. But in any case, you got to hold on to the ball. That was just a big play by Granderson. Don't forget, Granderson been looking for payback for 2 years. If you go back to 2022, Granderson was the guy where Jalen broke his ankles in the red zone when we played them at home 2 years ago. Because I remember saying that was the game where Jalen became quarterback one. Up until that point, Everybody still didn't know what Jalen was going to be, and many didn't think he was going to be a starting quarterback in this league. And to my opinion, it was that play because he shook him bad and ended up scoring like on an 18-yard touchdown or whatever it was. But Granderson was the guy. Jalen just broke him down. So that was payback, I guess. But Jalen got to hold on to that ball. Great play by Granderson, but Jalen got to hold on to the ball. You can't turn the ball over like that. So that was 2 opportunities to be in the red zone and score and, be able to take control of that game, and we couldn't do it. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot, penalties, 12 men on the field. That is a coaching error. 12 men on the field and not taking the points when we could take the points. That is a coaching error. That falls squarely on Sirianni. Jalen battles back, gets it back in the fourth quarter. And I mean, let's look at the stats. Jalen still had a great game. Let's look at the stats real quick. I'm trying to bring them up. Let me see real quick. There we go. So check this out. So individual stats. Kamara, 26 carries for 87 yards. Barkley, 17 for 147. What do you want? Give the man the ball. He has proven that he can handle it. And not for nothing, Gainwell can handle it too. Gainwell is the perfect running back to give Saquon a break. You can throw it to him and he can run the ball. Every time you try to get Gainwell out of here, the only thing he does is take advantage of his opportunities. I'm a fan of Gainwell. I don't want to see him go. I think he's the perfect second back for Saquon. So I'm not mad at that at all. Gainwell ended up with, he did run the ball. He caught 2 passes, right? Yeah, the screen passes. 12 yards. Didn't get much out of it, but still. Saquon and Jalen Hurts got it done. We still got to iron some things out with the offense, but I see what they're trying to do. I see where they're trying to go, and it's working. But damn it, Nick Sirianni has just got to back up off I got to put my hands on the offense a few times. We got an unstoppable play. It's unstoppable when you just run the damn play. And we trying to do everything but. We want to throw the ball to the outside. We want to go run the reverse off of it. We ran that one time last year, and it almost got blown up last year too, if you remember. Just run the damn play. If you're going to do it, do it. But I'm hoping, going forward, that we can just say, just get the ball to Saquon. Just let's not make it complicated. Just get the ball to Saquon. Please. The backup guard and tackle, Beckham went out, Lane Johnson went out. Both backups played their asses off. Both number 2s on the right side of that offensive line played their asses off. Because in the past, anytime we lost Lane Johnson, everybody's like, uh-oh, that's not good. Both them dudes played their asses off. And we won that game in spite of Nick Sirianni. If you will follow me on Twitter, this right here. Nick Sirianni's support in Philly is just crumbled. Just crumbled. Quinyon Mitchell missed another pick 6. So that's 2 that he's missed. He should have 2 pick 6s this year. 2. Jalen Carter showed up. Nolan Smith showed up. There was a Nolan Smith sighting today. Bryce Huff, I got to watch the tape. I'm not sure what I saw from him. Kobe, I seen that. I'm going to do another stream tonight later on about Indiana. So I gotta watch the highlights and watch more of the game and look at the stats. But yeah, man. Don't be surprised if you see more of that. Don't be surprised. Because the only thing that's going to get in the way now are the coaches. Because now we know what works. Now there should be no reason why SAQUON Barkley only has like 2 or 3 touches in the first half. That should never happen again. Me and Tone talked about what were the keys to the game today. Getting the ball to Dallas Goedert and the defense setting the edge and keeping the runs inside. Every time it was inside, they pretty much handled business. A couple times, Alvin Kamara slipped outside and he does what he does best. But for the most part, we kept anything contained. And let me say this. Brandon Graham played a lot of snaps today. Brandon Graham, I want to see how many snaps he played. And he ain't supposed to be, he's supposed to be on this farewell tour. But we pretty much got him starting. Does this give you the breakdown of how many plays? Zach Bond, 9 tackles. Gardner Johnson, 5 tackles. Nakobe Dean, 3 tackles, 5 assists. 8 combos. Nakobe Dean has been balling. Zach Bond has been balling. Quinyon Mitchell, man, I need you to get those picks. You should have 2 already, young fella. Reed Blankenship. What you want me to say about Reed? I will keep it a buck with you. I know Reed Blankenship is not the fastest guy back there at safety, but damn it, he's one of the smartest guys we got on this team, and he always finds a way to get where he's supposed to be and get his hands on the ball. What else you want? What else do you want? We still got to do a better job of catching or setting that edge on defense. 88s, 100 friggin' percent. 100%. There's no reason that should happen. So I'm looking at Kellen Moore like, dude, what are you doing? It's not complicated. And it seems like we try to, the best way I can describe it is like we try to get too cute, and we don't have to. They try to get too cute when we don't have to. And we ended up shooting ourselves in the foot. I don't know how many times. How many penalties did we have? It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There we go. Let's see. Team total yards, passing yards, rushing average, fumble, sacks. Jalen Hurts got sacked 4 times a day. Penalties. We had 7 penalties to New Orleans 3. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Jalen Carter had a good game today. Jordan Davis. I saw Jordan Davis in Derek Carr's face a couple of times today. Sometimes you don't have to make a play to make the play. And that's what we want to see from our big guys in the middle on defense. And they showed up today. We can talk all of the crap that we want about the rush defense being not good. And that was, that was fair based on what they did last year. And let's not forget, right? Let's not forget. Me and Tone talked about that this morning. If Saquon catches that ball on the goal line and we beat Atlanta, we don't have the conversations that we've had today. We don't have the worry and the doubt that we had today. We don't. So taking into consideration that Atlanta had the ball inside the 5-yard line twice and we stopped them. I think they had it 3 times. And our defense kept them to field goals. And you see what our defense did today. Steps forward, every day getting better, making adjustments, doing what you have to do. Vic Fangio showed up today. Our defense showed up today. I even heard some disparaging marks about Cliff Hunt. Showed up today because our defensive line balled out. Everybody played a role. And that's what we need. And it's a shame that the offense is what's holding us up right now. The offense is what's holding us up. Now we got the injury bug. I don't think Lane Johnson was injured. I think he was sick. Mekhi Beckham looks like he got a shoulder injury because he couldn't push off with his left. That's going to be a couple of weeks. I don't know what the situation is with Devontae Smith. What I'm thinking of, concussion protocol. Yeah, man. Bryce Huff still crickets. Let's see if he did anything today. Defensive stats. He is not on the charts. He is not on the charts. Let me tell you how bad it is for Bryce Huff right now. Jalen Hurts has more tackles than Bryce Huff. Jalen Hurts had a tackle today on an interception. So Jalen Hurts has got a tackle. Bryce Huff does not. Not good. Not good. Nolan Smith even showed up today. Nolan Smith had a tackle, 2 combos. I saw he got in on a hurry, but at least he's showing up. At least I'm seeing something. So I'm not sure what the Saints were ranked. But it's too, in my opinion, it's too early. I don't care about defensive rankings until going into week 5. We got to get 4 weeks of football, and then going into week 5, to me, that's when rankings matter. And I say that all the time because the first 2 weeks, everybody's still brushing the dust off. You're trying to get the playbook right. If you got rookies, you're trying to see what the rookies can do. There's a lot of things going on the first 2 weeks. We tackled a hell of a lot better this week than we did last week. So hopefully we got that rust off of us. But we still got to get Bryce Huff, and we still got to get a little bit better performance from Huff. Did Jalen Hunt get any time today? I don't even know. I don't even think Jalen Hunt got in the game today. So, yeah, it's we got work to do. That was a great, gutty victory, but we still have work to do. Jalen Hurts was 29 for 38, 311 yards and a pick, and he still got his rating over 88. So that's not bad. That's how you come back and win a game. I think a lot of the situations was I think they did have a good game plan against us, and on those blitzes, I know one of the blitzes, I know he threw the ball to Kenny Gainwell, I think it was, and he ended up throwing behind him. But I don't think that was Jalen's fault. I think Gainwell just didn't recognize what was going on in time because he looked late. The ball was out of his hands. So I don't know if he was supposed to run like a quick slant or what. But those are things that have to be ironed out in practice. Those are the things that have to be ironed out in practice. Yeah, he did finish the game out strong. So, yeah, I knew as soon as Eli or Kelly Ringo came in, I knew was that Kelly Ringo or like Eli Ringo? I think that was Ringo. You knew they were going to go at him with Olave. Smart. They paying attention. You go at the guy that's coming off the bench. So he's ice cold, and you got to immediately get in the flow of the game. So I knew that was coming. And Olave is a good wide receiver. Great play, great throw, great catch. And he get the toe drag swag in there. Great job. So, yeah, Don Vaughn, man, 100%, bro. The defense is well, with the exception of last week. And like I said, last week we was all mad because how the game ended. But if Saquon catches that ball, we are not having this conversation. So you do have to take that into consideration. And like I said, as bad as the defense got gutted by Bijan, there was still some pluses in that defense. Let me see. Did Booker? I want to see if Booker recorded a tackle. I thought he did, but I don't see him in here. So Booker did not record a tackle, but he got in on some plays. Nope, Booker got one pass defense. So he knocked down the ball. So he got on the stat sheet. They got on the stat sheet. 88s, we talked about that a little bit today. I have no idea. Devin White was on the sideline, so he was a healthy scratch. So I don't know. Let me tell you how that works, because that happened to me when I was a rookie. It was Herschel Walker, Heath Sherman, Vaughn Hebron, James Joseph. Those were the four backs. Heath Sherman had an injury. So they would travel me. I was on the active roster, not on the practice squad. I was on the active roster all year. They would travel me to the games. And I would go out, get dressed, warm up, get ankles taped. I would go through the whole rigmarole. And I would go out there, and every time, a couple minutes before kickoff, Marcus, go ahead, get your pants on. You're going to be inactive. And I would be one of them dudes, just like Devin White, sitting on the sideline with a hoodie on and my security pass. I don't know why they're not playing him. In my opinion, maybe it's something going on. Maybe Howie's got a trade in mind. I do not know. But that story is going to end up getting some legs. It might get covered over a little bit by how well the defense played today, but something don't smell right in that situation. The math ain't mathing. That is not a normal thing, because I know he doesn't suck. So why is he not playing? So Zach Bond got caught in coverage a little bit. I know early in the game, Olave ran right past Nakobe Dean, but Nakobe Dean's not going to cover him. Zach Bond is not going to cover him. Devin White, as fast as he is, can't cover Olave. There's some mismatches that you can't do nothing with. And here's what I say. I don't care if you Fred Warner. I don't care if you whoever. You pick the top linebackers in the league. Linebackers cannot cover. They can run, but they can't cover. Being able to cover is a whole different skill set. Because if Zach Bond could cover, he was running with was it Olave? Or no, he was running with Kamara, but he didn't have enough presence to mind to get his head behind. The ball hit him in the back. If he turns around, he might be able to intercept that. Or at the very least, put both hands up, and Kamara doesn't have a chance to catch that ball. But he's running with him. He's not covering him. If he was being covered, like a true DB, they're going to run with him. And as soon as you can see, because you ever notice how DBs, they don't look back till the receiver looks back. They are reading the receiver's eyes. And when the receiver looks up or puts his hands up, he knows it's time for the ball to be there, and he goes up. That's why this is one motion. The hand up and the look back is one motion. And hopefully you can catch the ball and get a hand on it, or possibly get two in the pick. Linebackers can't cover. They can run. And as good as Zach Bond played today, led the team in tackles. As good as Zach Bond played today, that's something that we have to keep an eye on. Because any good coach is going to see that, and they're going to shift it in motion. And what you do is you set the shift or bring somebody in motion so the linebacker is covering either your wide receiver or your running back. Either way, it's a mismatch. Either way. So, yeah, it can change. It definitely can change. But I'm just saying, I don't care who you are. If you don't look back like a DB, if you don't turn into a DB while you're covering, you're just wishing. You're just wishing. I saw that with Green Bay. Malik Willis had a game, and I'm watching. You see me rubberneck, and I'm looking at Baltimore and Dallas. Probably especially when Jordan Love gets back, and it looks like they might be in good hands with Malik Willis until they come back. So, but we'll see. But if we can get our shit together, we're gonna be a problem too. We should be 3-0. We should be. We should be 3-0. And what is the conversation now? Because let's be real. The only reason the conversation was so hard for the Saints was because the Saints beat Dallas. And you see what Baltimore is doing in Dallas. It's 14-3 right now. That's the only reason it was so much hype behind the Saints. And we took care of business. We tried to give it away, but we took care of business. Gentorino, I don't never put a cap on that. Because I'm old school, bro. I'm a running back. You run it till they stop it. That's what I say. If you got to take them out and give a couple carries, I wouldn't mind if Saquon had 30 carries and Gainwell had 10. If they can't stop it, you keep running it. That's what the Saints did last week. They didn't do that this week. And Derek Carr puts it in the air, and what happens? Reed Blankenship comes up big. So everybody, for all of those, and I heard some people say this, for all of those people who said the Saints were going to come back down to earth, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So you're talking about let me see. Alvin Kamara, 26 rushes for 87 yards. So he touched the ball 26 times, and he had 29 targets. He had 26 rushes and three pass targets. So let's say he had 29 touches with the ball. That's where it should be. Barkley had 17 carries and 4 targets. So you're talking about 21. So 29 to 21. And Kellen Moore, you had 29 rushing attempts. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You had 25 rushing attempts to 38 passing attempts. So that's not bad. As long as you plus 20, I can live with that. Yeah, we did a much better job of keeping Kamara inside. He busted out a couple times, bouncing to the outside on the zone reads, and they couldn't set the edge well enough. He got outside a couple times. But for the most part, he didn't do that often. I believe he had Kamara, his longest run was 16 yards. And I remember they made that notation on the broadcast. That was his longest run past 10 yards. And I think that was like late in the third quarter, maybe in the fourth. So the defense came to play today. The offense is what was stumbling and shooting themselves in the foot. Penalties, and anytime you get 12 men on the field, I'm looking at squarely at Sirianni. What the hell are y'all doing in practice? These little hour practices ain't cutting it. Y'all need to spend a little bit more time on your personnel changes and get in and out of the huddle. Because now you got to get these young kids ready, because I don't think that that Devontae Smith, he might be in concussion protocol. I haven't heard anything else. Has anybody else heard anything? I haven't heard anything else about Devontae. So I don't know. But he's not somebody that I want to sacrifice. Don't want to do that. So we got to do a much better job on offense of getting people in and out of the huddle, getting your packages in and out, and doing what you're supposed to do. They said a concussion. Okay. So he might, Devontae Smith might miss next week. So you can't do that. You can't do that because by that logic, we should save Devontae Smith. All it takes is one play. You could be doing something. He could not be getting the ball and get hurt. Hell, you saw what happened to Slay. Anything can happen, and you got to be ready for it. So I don't believe that. Yes, son, I got that on you. That you see me rubbernecking up here. That's why I got that on over there. So yeah. Let me see. We got let's go back to the stats. Yeah, Goedert 170 yards receiving, y'all, from a tight end. It looks like the Ravens are gonna well, it's only in the second, so you got a lot of football left. It's 14-3. The game is far from over. Ooh, good tackle by Baltimore. Put your helmet back on, bro, before they flag you. Good stick. So it's a lot of football left, man. And this is exactly why I say do not pass judgment on your team until week 4. After week 4 or on week 4, I say after week 4, I want to give a team at least 4 games to play. And the reason why I say that is because by then, everybody's got tape on you. Everybody. So no team can catch you by surprise. You've seen everything you need to see. So now teams are going to game plan for Saquon because they've seen him. They know what he's going to do. They're going to game plan for Goedert because they know that now he's a safety net for Jalen Hurts. So when we get AJ back, he's going to have to do what he needs to do. Sidney Brown, we need him back in the worst way. Because now, once again, we need depth, man. Now we dealing with injuries. How bad is Slay? I haven't heard anything. And rest assured that the guy that pushed him out of bounds, that offensive lineman, he's going to get fined. That's probably going to cost him probably about $15,000. That play right there. Because the minute you take him out of bounds, you got to let him go. But he pushed him all the way back. The reason why he got hurt is because you pushed him all the way back into the bench. So I don't know if he caught his leg or I don't know how he hit, but you got to do that. You got to let him go. But we facing the injury bug. We haven't came through with a clean game yet. And especially now because we done lost 2 important pieces. We lost Beckham. I don't know what his situation is or how serious it is. And we're probably going to lose Devontae Smith for a week. So is AJ Brown's hamstring going to be better next week? I hope so. Because the hamstring is one of them things you really can't rush. Because if you rush it, you'll end up injured again. Look at Lane Johnson. King Henry is running 170 yards for a tight end. That's crazy. And he is slow-ass tight end because he should have scored on that long one. Matter of fact, the dude that ended up tackling him wasn't thinking about making that tackle. If Dallas would have tried to cut it back or just, didn't try to jump, he probably would have scored. Because there was 2 guys over there trying to take him out of bounds. And the second guy that came up did not want to make that tackle. You could tell he didn't want to make that tackle. Ooh, Derrick Henry is just drubbing Dallas right now. Micah Parsons is going to be talking on this podcast in a minute because they getting ran over. Ooh, get off me, son. Derrick Henry just stiff-armed him dead in the face. Losing the battle to physics, man. Yeah, they had a chance to get him, and they chose not to. They chose to bring Zeke back, and they went with Vaughn, the little small guy. CD Lamb, they paid him all of that money, and Dak, they paid him all of that money, and it's gonna be a whole lot of head shaking. But let me be honest with you. I ain't saying shit about Dallas. We got our own issues up here in Philly. I am not that comfortable with how we've been performing that I'm gonna clown anybody else, especially if you're gonna throw jokes on their coach. Can't do it. Because Sirianni has not shown me anything that he is safe. In my opinion, he is making some not so smart decisions, and it's costing us. And it almost cost us again. So I'm not talking shit on nobody. I'm not talking shit on the Cowboys, win or lose. I ain't gonna talk shit on them Cowboys. Can't do it. Because we are that close to being the same situation as they are. Matter of fact, I saw the one girl. She's on the podcast. I think it's called Bitches Love Sports. And let me see, what did she say? Because I commented on it. Because it was about it was something about coaches play, and I was like, nope, I was like, I ain't even gonna get into that. Who's hit me up on Facebooks? Oh, that's Indiana Fever stuff. So, damn it, I want to find that too. What did she say? Can I find it? Hugh Douglas. Me and Hugh was going back and forth. Yeah. Nick Sirianni is gonna catch hell this week on radio. Sports radio is gonna be roasting it. They're gonna slice and dice his ass this week. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Dang it, I can't find it. Yeah, I can't find it. No, I do not. Zeke Elliott and no. King Henry is running all over Dallas right now. So no, he's not washed up, and Zeke is not washed up. You just got to use him the right way. Zeke is not going to be a workhorse anymore, but he can still get you a first down and still break one every now and then. So no, he's not washed up. It's all on how you use him. You got to keep things in perspective. Like Derek, in my opinion, Derrick Henry got a lot in the tank. Look at that, gone. See ya. First down, out of bounds. So I don't know. I do not think they're washed up. You players like that, you just got to use them the right way. Because guess what? They thought that Brandon Graham would be washed up at this point. In his 15th year, and he's playing all the snaps he playing? Come on. But he got to. Because the young guys ain't stepping up to the plate yet. So we need him. And Brandon Graham is still making plays. What do you want? You take what you can get. Brandon Graham, 1 tackle, 1 assist, 2 combos. What's a Q? Quarterback hit. All right, he got getting to the QB, so he got to hurry. So Brandon Graham is still filling up the stat line. Look at I'm watching now. You watching the game? Derrick Henry. He look washed up to you? Not to me. Andy Dalton. I like Andy Dalton, man. I like Big Red. He played for, he got good years from Cincinnati. So I'm an Andy Dalton fan. He should have been starting this year anyway. Well, they couldn't do it this year because of what happened last year, but it all depends on if they win. So I haven't even let me open up another. Let me see. I got that. Let me see. Go back to the scores. Carolina. That's 14-7. Okay. It's 14-7, and Andy Dalton is 15 for 22, 212 yards, 3 touchdowns. Oh, 21-7. Damn. Oof. Yeah, Dalton's got to be in his mid-30s, I think. I think Dalton's like 35, I think. I'm not sure. So we got some things to do, man. And I think we're in a better spot because of what happened today with the defense. I think the ironing out we need is on offense and getting these play packages in and things of that nature. So we have to get better at that. We have to. Because some of the mistakes that we are making on offense make absolutely no sense. None. We got to stop doing that. So but we're okay in this situation. We should be 3-0 with 2-1. It is what it is. Different conversation if some things bounced, but they bounced our way. They bounced our way. And I'm good with that. Definitely good with that. So Baltimore's driving, 30 seconds left. Jackson has 145, 8 for 9, 145 yards in the first half. They are on, it looks like they're on about the 15-yard line going in. So they are in the red zone with 30 seconds left. So they're going to take a couple shots to the end zone. I am going to predict that something breaks and Lamar Jackson runs it in. I saw that. I didn't see it. And I don't think any of the film is going to be up on the NFL Pro website yet. It's too soon. I don't know if they can turn that around that quick. Let me see if they can. All I can do is look. Week 3. Saints. Yeah, it's not the video. The video's not ready yet. So I didn't see it, but I heard some people say it on social media. I went back and looked. But the shot that I saw, I saw that I couldn't see anything. However, once again, if that did happen, the people in the league, John Runyon, they will be divvying out some fines for that. So I looked for it. I didn't see it though. Touchdown. Wow. Touchdown. Baltimore. Rashad Bateman, 7. Yeah, that's about a 13-yard touchdown. 20-3, 25 seconds left in the half. From the 13-yard line. And he was wide ass open. What a route. What a route. He turned his back. The DB turned his back, thought he was going across, and he stopped and went the other way. What a route. Good job by Baltimore. He just looked embarrassed on that one. We have Saquon use him. I agree. I always let them try to stop the Eagles at what they do best. I agree. Running the ball. I agree. Everything you said, man, 100%. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. Run it till they stop it. Until teams show that they can stop Saquon Barkley, give him the ball. Give him the ball. Let's start giving him the ball with Jalen under center so we can start working on them play action that everybody does to us. Let's start working on that. But for it to work, you got to give him the ball first. Our play action should be off the friggin' charts right now. Our play action should be deadly because of what Saquon is doing. And we still aren't quite there yet. That's a great question, man. I don't know what it is with coaches that try to overthink things. That's why the Saints looked so good against Dallas last week. When I watched tape of the Saints, I watched a lot of tape this morning before I did my show with Tone. And what I saw was the Saints lining up in I formation, ace formation, strong and right formation with everybody in and says, hey, we giving the ball to Alvin Kamara and we going to pound it down your throat, stop us. And couldn't nobody stop them until the Eagles showed up. Wasn't complicated. Even in this game, Alvin Kamara still had 87 yards. And Derek Carr threw one ball too many. But The reason why he threw that ball is because he had pressure in his face. So he didn't get a good throw off of it. Jalen had a couple of those too. You had people in your face. You had Dallas Goedert going deep. He missed them. He didn't see them because he had people in his face. Then he shortchanged Devontae Smith on a deep route. If he could have got the ball off, that'd have probably been a touchdown. Had somebody in his face. He couldn't get everything on the throw. So he shortchanged it. Pressure matters. Quarterbacks being able to follow through matters. But as to your question as to why Sirianni, he tries to overthink things. Why do you want to go for it on 4th and 6? When we're inside the 30, kick the damn field goal and take the points. We should have won 20. That game should have been like 20-10, maybe 23-10. So, but they're trying to be too cute sometimes, man. Jalen has to clean up his play, but I think Jalen is trying to stay in the pocket. I think he consciously tried to stay in the pocket a little bit more today, and it cost him that fumble because he didn't see the guy. He didn't see Granderson coming from his backside. That's what you get. That's the risk you take. So you got to take the good with the bad. I don't want him to turn the ball over either. You got to protect the ball, but it's easier said than done because if he breaks away, if he takes one extra step and he gets around that end and he turns it into a 10-yard run, you're not saying that. So backed up slave. Not really much you can do about that. There was some guys up there scrapping and fighting. They just didn't show it. They actively do that in the NFL now. When there's a fight or anything like that, they don't show it. Once Lamar starts cooking, maybe. He just cooked that last bowl. There's 12 seconds left. Dallas is on the 30 going in. They are at least in field goal range, so they also get some points out of this. And wow, that was just stupid. You know that was going to be a flag on that one. So yeah, they had some skirmishes over there, Robbie, but nothing crazy. I tell you what, though, they better get Jalen Carter in line so he don't do nothing stupid. Damn, dog, you had 12 seconds left in the half, and you gonna clobber CD Lamb. He wasn't catching that ball. That was horrible. Now they're gonna have the ball on like the 5-yard line. So, yeah, you can blitz Lamar, but if you don't get him, that's bad for business. I love the passion Jalen Carter has as well. However, there is a very thin line when you're that hyped up. Very thin line. Because all it'll take is one ref to feel some kind of way and throw a flag on him. Because eventually he's gonna do something stupid, get in somebody's face, take his helmet off, something goofy like that. You know. So I would rather not have him in that situation. I know he's young and all that kind of stuff, but damn, that should have been holding. But it is what it is. I want to see more of the play on the field, less of the talking. So they missed it. Oh, Gentorino, I'm a little bit behind you, bro. I still see 6 seconds left. So they haven't kicked it yet. True flag would be the death of this team, which is crazy. Hopefully that'll iron itself out. So it's going to be tough. They're going to need a lot of film study because they're going to have a lot of young guys playing, especially if AJ Brown is not back. So I'm not expecting Devontae Smith back next week, especially if he's in concussion protocol. He's probably going to miss a game. And so I need AJ Brown back. But I don't know how bad his hammy is. So I don't know. On my television, Dallas is about to kick the field goal. So this is going into halftime, 51-yard attempt. And no, that was good. So it's 21-6. Yep, 21-6. Yeah, Dotson and Wilson. Wilson had a chance to make a play, hit him dead in the hands, and he didn't make the catch. So that's just a rookie being a rookie. Dotson will be fine. He just, we got to get him the ball. We threw a couple of little passes to him. He had 3 targets, 2 catches for 8 yards. So they just throwing quick slants, getting him the ball. You know what? I don't even care what their record is, as long as they don't have a chance of winning the division or making it to the playoffs. So gonna mess around, be Cooper Rush in there and Trey Lance fighting. Agreed. They look way different without AJ Brown. Not a situation where you want to have happen, but hey, it is what it is. So let's hope AJ will be back next week. Get some more muscle stem on that hammy, and we can get you back. But the thing is, with a hamstring, though, man, the only thing that cures a hamstring is time. You can't put enough ice on it. You can't do enough muscle stem. You can't do enough cupping and deep tissue massages. You just can't. It'll heal when it's supposed to heal. It'll be ready when it's ready. And when you try to rush a hamstring, a lot of times you can do worse with it. So, and AJ is an explosive player. So the other part about a hamstring injury is the mental. Does your mind tell you that your hamstring is not ready yet? Because the biggest thing with a hamstring, other than taking off and acceleration, is putting the brakes on. Slowing down and coming out of a break, or pushing off hard to your left to run a hard in or a hard out or something like that. So different how your leg moves and which muscles flex and all of those quick twitch and all of that kind of stuff. That definitely comes into play, because are you overcompensating? Because if you do, you can mess up something else. So a lot of times you just got to take the time. Obviously, you want to go 3-1 in the bye. Absolutely. Who do we have next week? I got to look at the who do we play next week? So Lane Johnson had a concussion, which means he might be out another week for concussion protocol. Tampa? Okay, I was all right. Damn, that's a revenge game too? Shit. Tampa's playing pretty good. Baker Mayfield's playing pretty good. Uh-oh. So we'll see. We'll see. Still got to get on the field and do what you got to do. Do I think the Lions are going to make the playoffs this year? I don't know. They are up on Arizona right now. I don't see why they wouldn't make the playoffs unless they just kind of shit the bed. But people are saying the same thing about us and what we did last year. So again, I'll reserve judgment until going into week 5. Then you can see what you want to see. Then you know who's who. Green Bay is probably one of the best teams in our division, but a couple of hours ago, everybody was saying that New Orleans was too. So you got to let this stuff play out, man. It's hard to. Everybody's on the prediction tour. You got these people that are going to get on these television shows tomorrow morning, and they're going to talk about what they think and what they know and all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, number one, they didn't watch all of the games. Number two, somebody stuck a page full of notes in front of their face, and they probably didn't watch the game. So you just never know. You got to let things play out. Or in our situation, you were injury away. Do we lose that game if AJ Brown plays? Are we even in this situation if AJ Brown is playing? Even this game, Lane Johnson goes out. Luckily, we got our right tackle and our right guard. Their backups have been very good, and we got to keep that going on. And let's see highlights. And San Francisco's up 14-0 on LA. LA just scores. Oh my God! Kieran Williams just did a front flip into the end zone. Damn. 14-7 at the half. Okay, that's a good game. Watch line week 1. You can see the passion for the fan. Golf is a fan favorite. Yes, he is. Detroit is beating on the Cards. Yes. And they just scored. Jahmyr Gibbs, 21-yard play. Throws the ball in the stands. 20-10 at halftime. Laporta is out. Getting carted out. Not sure what happened to him, but don't look like he's coming back. So, what's going on in Miami? Tua's on the sideline with a hat on. Geno Smith, they wrote him off, but he didn't write back. Oh, DK Metcalf, 71-yard touchdown. See ya. Geno Smith is still balling, man. It's 17-3. Carolina and the Raiders. Big Red goes deep. Touchdown. Woo, good catch. Adam Thielen. And now they showing the Eagles highlight. Oh, no, they didn't. They just showing. Yo, Malik Willis, man, 200 yards passing. Tampa lost today? Tampa got pounced. Colts win. All right. There you have it. Panthers up 21-7, getting it done. Miami's getting blasted. Las Vegas is getting blasted. Arizona's getting blasted. Dallas is getting blasted. The Rams still have a shot. It's only 14-7 at half. Kansas City starts at 8. And why we have 2 games on Monday night, man? I hate that. Haven't seen enough of the Bucks. I'm gonna watch film on them though. I don't. You know what, man? I can't. I'm not gonna say Bryce Young is a bust because you look at what's the kid? Caleb Williams is now in Chicago. What's the kid in Pittsburgh? Is he a bust? I don't think he's a bust. I think Chicago just gave up on him. Because Caleb Williams is going through the same shit. Running for his life. He got to try to figure stuff out. So you got all of these new pieces, but the quarterback still has to start from square one. That's not an improvement. You had a guy in there that had you had been building with, and you didn't have an offensive line for him. Caleb Williams is still in the same boat. He's still running for his life. So, you know, what time does Chicago play? Well, they already lost, right? Chicago, Indiana beat them. So what was the stats today? Caleb Williams, 33 for 52. Damn, 363, 2 tutties, and 2 picks. All right, that's a good stat line. Indiana was consistent. Colts, Anthony Richardson, 10 for 20, 167, and he rushed for 24 yards. So he got 2 picks though. Let me see. Did Pittsburgh play today yet? I didn't see. Does Pittsburgh have an off day? Pittsburgh beat the Chargers 20-10. And let's see what old boy did today. And Justin Fields, 25 for 32, 245, 1 tutty, 1 pick. It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game right there. So, but yeah. Justin Fields had a decent day. And Caleb Williams still trying to figure it out. So I don't see how that's that much of a improvement. me see. What else did I miss? All right. I'm just waiting for this film to get ready because I want to really, really, really watch film on this game. Mike Tomlin is a great coach. Mike Tomlin is the type of coach you want to run through that wall for. Period. Everybody thinks the best of Tomlin. And I just saw they was talking about Devontae. So yeah, Mike Tomlin he's that dude. He is that dude. So I hope Justin Fields keeps getting better until we play him. So we got a lot to do, man. But listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. I still got to go over what happened to Indiana and Connecticut in the WNBA game. I'm gonna go over some more games tonight. So a lot of stuff going on, man. Still got a lot of football left. Gonna watch the rest of this game, this Dallas game. I need to hit up at the computer, go on the Red Zone channel, and watch all the highlights, man. So I'm gonna get up out of here, man. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do that. 2 years old today. For those of you who don't know, I've been doing this YouTube thing for exactly 2 years. September 22nd, 2022 is when I started this. 4,000 subscribers later. We still in it, man. It's a marathon, not a sprint, bro. And we getting it done and we getting better every day. So I appreciate you tuning in, Gentorino, Oscar L, everybody, man, that came in. Robbie Danksworth, Sunseed, you've been coming through pretty consistently, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, 88's one of my guys. If you see these guys with wrenches, that means they've been part of the squad for a while. Don Vaughn, I appreciate you, brother. Cody K, as usual. The real RMP. Stay with me, dude. I appreciate the opinions, bro. Keep them coming. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Got some more stuff. I'll be having some more stuff up tomorrow. I'm probably gonna get a run it back film study as soon as I possibly can. I want to look at what Saquon was doing. He was phenomenal. And we're gonna keep this thing moving, man. A lot of moving parts. Let's keep this going. Talk to you guys. Be safe. Enjoy your family. God bless. And I will see you in the next one. Peace. Go Birds.